Goku realized Vegeta's betrayal, locking him inside the hyperbolic time chamber, and Goku got angry because he didn't understand the reason. Why did you do this to me, Vegeta? Why did you do it? I don't understand. No, wait, I don't think Vegeta did it by himself. He'd have no reason to do it. A lot of people don't seem to like him, but knowing Vegeta, they had to have blackmailed him with something. I don't know, but they'll all pay for this if I ever get out of this damn place. What reason did they have to do this to me? I've given everything for them. I've sacrificed myself many times to save them. I have always fought to save them. It's not fair. I gave them everything and they stabbed me in the back. They had no right to betray me this way. When I get out of this place, they'll wish they had never locked me up. After this, months would pass in which Goku was just beginning to master the Ultra Instinct. By this time, the food supplies were starting to run low, and there was only enough left for 2 days. Goku knew he would have to leave or he would die. I have to do it. I will increase all my power to get out of this place. I think with all the power I have, it'll be enough to open other portals. That said, Goku would increase his power more and more, starting with the classic Saiyan, until reaching the blue phase, and finally making his technique more powerful. So he would do the maximum Kaioken as far as he could, making the whole place tremble. The whole place seemed to crack, but this was nothing more than an illusion. The place was intact, and not even the slightest hint of a portal was formed. Goku was surprised and frustrated and thought, how is it possible that nothing happened? With all the power I used, it was much more than I thought I needed to get out of this place. But why, even using all my power, is nothing happening? I don't understand. A long time ago, Majin Buu did the same thing and was able to get out of this damn place, and that power he had is much lower than the one I have now. It's impossible that nothing happened. Wait, now I remember. He told me he improved the Room of Time, but I didn't think it was this much better. Even using divine power, I'm not able to make a scratch on this room. Damn, Goku said to himself, extremely frustrated. Meanwhile, outside the hyperbolic time chamber, Chi-Chi would have started looking for Goku, as Goku didn't appear in a long time, which was too weird for her. Gohan and Goten tried to search for his ki, but it was impossible. This made them believe that Goku had died, since they couldn't feel his ki as always. But suddenly, Kaio-sama would contact Gohan, and he would tell him that Goku had been locked inside the hyperbolic time chamber, and that it was impossible for him to get out of that place, since he had already tried in every way. Gohan was speechless and asked Kaio-sama, "Tell me who did it and why. Please tell me." Kaio-sama refused to provide this information to Gohan, as he also did not want to harm those involved. Plus, Beerus might find out about what Kaio-sama did and retaliate against him. Gohan, the only thing I can tell you is that you have to do something so that your father can survive in that place for as long as necessary. I trust you will find a solution, but don't let your father die in that place. I'll save him. Thanks for the heads up, Kaio-sama. I owe you one. After the conversation was over, Gohan told Chi-Chi and Goten everything. Goten reminded his brother Gohan about the Dragon Balls, so that he could use them to wish for his father to live forever. That's what we'll do, Goten. I was planning to do that too. They would go in search of the Dragon Balls, but they would realize that Bulma had already collected them again, so they asked Bulma if she could please lend them the Dragon Balls to ask for a wish. Gohan didn't know that Bulma was involved in all of this. Bulma refused to lend them, but Bulma got distracted and Goten took them from her. They went to another place to summon Shenlong with the balls. They summoned the dragon and it appeared, asking, "Tell me what your wish is." Gohan came up with a better idea and asked Shenlong to make Goku appear in that place. But Shenlong would tell him that it was impossible because he was out of his limits, since he was basically in another dimension. So, Gohan opted for the second option, and he would tell him to make Goku immortal. The dragon fulfilled his wish, and Goku got immortality. At that moment, Goku felt a strange sensation through his body. By that time, Goku had already passed a few days without eating, and it was affecting him a lot. But suddenly, those problems disappeared, because he started to feel as if he didn't need any of that. Goku did not understand what had happened to him, but it's obvious he would later realize it. 2 years would pass, in which Goku still felt nothing, and he understood that, somehow, they made him become immortal. 10 years passed, and Goku mastered and even perfected the Ultra Instinct. Outside the room, only 10 days would have passed. Vegeta said to himself, Kakarot must be dead by now. In that place, a decade must have already passed. Inside the room, time would continue to pass as it had always used to be, and so 100 years would pass, in which Goku had already reached a new transformation, and had a power that surpassed even the gods. Likewise, the power was enough to fight against an angel. At that moment, Goku's ambition and resentment was already so great that he could have used all his power to leave the room of time, but he chose not to, because he wanted even more power. By this time, Goku's way of thinking was already totally different, as he would have become a more serious and calculating person. Something in Goku was different. The naive Goku of before had disappeared. Now, not even Beerus himself will be able to cope with my power. Neither could Whis, and soon, I'll be more powerful than even Dai Shenkan, and I'll be the strongest being in the multiverse.